Hey y'all, it's Kelly at Crochet Mom for Life. How are y'all today? Doing pretty good. I thought I'd get on here and just do a little chit chat with you and show you what I have just now finished. But before I get to that, I want to say thank you for coming by and spending some time with me. Um, I really appreciate it. I look forward to talking with y'all, and I just really, of all the people you could click on, you clicked on me, so I appreciate it. I wanted to get done with something I've been working on, and if y'all have been around the last couple of weeks, y'all have heard me talk about it. I finally finished my emotional support chicken, and let me tell you, I might need another emotional support something to get through this little video about it. I don't know. I uh, I want to say I enjoyed the process, and I think for me making this was a an accomplishment really, because this pattern was a lot for me. And that's not saying that it was a bad pattern. It had some controversy, and I think when I bought the pattern, I think I bought it last summer. I think it was. I think I got the better version of the pattern because I had read a lot of people talk about this pattern. You know, they had some hiccups with it, and I think they fixed it because I did not have any problem with the pattern, because before I would start a section, I would go to their video, and their tutorials are not like most tutorials I watch. They were very, laid back, and that's not a bad thing. It's just not something that I was used to. Um, but it did get me through the process of making this emotional support chicken. I would go and I would watch the video of the part that I would be working on it on, and then I would start that section, because in the video she would count, you know, 1, 2, 3, and so forth, and that drives me crazy, really, because I if you're gonna count, that's fine, but I say after 6, you just need to, this is my personal opinion, you just need to leave it alone, because 6 to 10, you probably know what you're doing, unless it's a very detailed pattern, like a shawl or something with a lot of different pattern stitches. But anyway, this is pretty much, this whole chicken was pretty much single crochet. Yeah, all single crochet with some slip stitches and some let's see, did we have some increases? Slip stitches and decreases, and I don't think I had any increases. But before I show you the chicken, let me just go through this pattern. Let's see here. All right, it's from the Knitting Tree, and it's out in California, from what I can understand. But it says the Knitting Tree, LA, and it says copyright 2024. So I think I got the better version of this pattern, because like I said, I did not have any trouble with the pattern. I just realized I needed to watch that tutorial a little bit to get the gist of it. But here's the chicken, and it says crochet version by Brenda Mabin and Annette Corsorino. So, I would love if I could get out there, which I never will, but their little sitting situation they got, they just had these tables, and they had all these chickens that's been made, knitted. Looks like a good hangout for knitters, and maybe crocheters too, because they did this right here in Crochet. But it looked like it might be a fun place to hang out. Um, you know, when I was married to my first husband, he would like to go out to hang out at comic book shops, and he made friends and stuff. So it'd be a nice place to go, I think, to hang out with some fellow fiber people. Yarn folks. That's what I would call them, because I know it's all fibers, but my yarn folks, it'd be nice to have some yarn folks to hang out with. So I really appreciate that I get to hang out with my yarn folks here, y'all. Y'all keep me company, and y'all give me great ideas, and so I just wish we could all get together in one little setting, don't you? But anyway, let me get back to the pattern. So here's the pattern. And like I said, it's by the Knitting Tree LA, and I used all worsted weight in mine, and it says materials you, let's say the terms. They got chain, single crochet, half double crochets, double crochet, triple crochet. Did I do all that? I just don't think I did any double crochets or triple crochets. I can't remember doing any of that. No, I don't. Let's see now. Wait a minute. Maybe on the comb and the wattle, you are doing some double crochets and half double crochets and triple crochets. Yeah, just on those two small pieces. And it says you got the decrease, the slip stitch, the skip a stitch. Then the other terms were stitches and increase, right side and wrong side. So, and I used a 4.5 hook with mine. So, you start at the tail. I showed you a couple of in some videos of how I began it. But, yeah, the tail section right there. It's two pieces, and then you seam them together, and then you just keep on going. So, yeah, so like I said, and I took my pen and, I just made check marks. But, yeah, I just took it one step at a time. I did not get in a hurry, because y'all know I started this weeks ago. I would do a little bit, and then I would get a little tired of it, and I'd put it down. It's my emotional support chicken, and I just felt like, I wasn't going to get all twisted up about it. Although, now, I will tell you, you're going to do some sewing at the end, and that's what drove me the most crazy, was the sewing. So, y'all ready? All right, I picked out all kind of little scrappy colors, because, I think the next, if I do make it again, I'm going to be selective in my, maybe a little more coordinated in my colors. But here is my emotional support chicken. So here's one side of it. And like I said, you're going to start out making this right here, and then you're going to go up. So, yeah. So there's this side, and here's the other side, and here's the front of it, and this side. So yeah, this has got some sparkle to it. This is some Mainstay Walmart. It's all different kind of I think I had some Red Heart. I think this was some Red Heart. I dug that out of my stash. Butterfly. That's what that was. But yeah, most of this is well, Mainstay Walmart and Big Twist. The purple, I think, is these two colors, I think, is Red Heart. and that's red heart. But the rest is big twist, you know, or a mainstay. So the sewing part, so it kind of looks a little, she looks a little Frankenstein-ish shit right here, but that's all right, you know, it's okay. And then you have the triangles. Now, it's crazy it sounds, but at the very end, this is the ending part, you know, because I got all this sewed, you know, and then this was the last seam. And I did better on that than anything. But, you know, you stuff it and then you can seam it up right there. You put these two triangles together and sew it up. So, yeah, I like it. I do. I am satisfied with it. It was a journey. So, and I'm not going to let Peanut have it because I'm not going to leave it where she can get hold of it. But I think it's really comforting, I guess. It's just real squishable. Real, you know, it satisfies me because this is something that I thought I really want to make that, you know. And then I got the pattern. I thought, oh, you know, can I make that? And I can. I did it. I did it, y'all. So, yeah. So, I would suggest if you're going to make that, if you're going to make this, to do just like I did. Get your pattern and take each section at a time. Don't get in a hurry. You know, don't, oh, I got to get it done. I got to get it done. No, don't get in a hurry. Take your time with it, you know, and do a section and put it down, you know. Pick it up the next day. Pick it up 2 days later. Pick it up a week later. But know that you want to make your chicken, you know. And it ain't got to be in a rush. You can just take your time. Pick out your colors, you know, and just take your time with it. So I really enjoyed finishing it a while ago because I feel really accomplished that I did something different, you know. And it was just, it was very satisfying. So I think I could probably do better with my sewing. But, you know, I'm not going to get all disappointed with it. I mean, I think I could have done better, but it's okay. She's got character, you know. And I really am satisfied that I finished this. We had chickens at one time. We had like 80 chickens. And hubby, he built chicken pens out there in the backyard. And I called them chicken condos because he really, when he builds something, he don't slack. You know, he gets it, he tricks it out, you might say. And we had like 12 by 12 sections for each different kind of chicken. We started out with 3 bays. Of course, he had the little things built into the wall, and where they could get up there and lay their eggs. And then he before it was over with, we had another 3 bays. You know, so that put us up there to about 80 chickens. We had barred rocks and buff Orringtons and I don't know, the red kind. I forget what all the different kinds, what all we had. But I enjoyed those chickens. But I was the one taking care of them because they was gone so much. And but he tricked them out, and he made, before it was over with, he had took PVC pipe and he had fixed it to where they had their own little water trough, you know. So they could go up and get them a drink of water, you know, and that fresh water would flow, you know, through there. And it was all tricked out. We ended up getting rid of the chickens, and we ended up taking down all the chicken coops and using the wood for other things or giving it to other folks, you know. But now we wish we had those chickens back. And I said, well, if we ever get chickens again, we ain't getting but 12 or maybe 20. We're not getting 80 chickens. But I've been buying eggs from a friend of ours. or a friend of, you know, she's a mutual friend now, but I've been getting eggs from her. I got 3 dozen eggs from her the other day for, well, she just wanted $4 a dozen, but we gave her extra, you know, for bringing them to us. But them had green eggs this morning. But yeah, so I like chickens. Chickens are, you know, I like to watch shows about chickens on YouTube. You know, these homestead shows and all that. So yeah, I wanted to make chickens are one of my favorite things. I don't like getting flogged by them. I got flogged by a couple of them, you know, the roosters. But yeah, so what? So I would suggest if I'm just wandering, I'm just what you call I'm all over the place in this video. But I would suggest if you're going to do this, to do just like I did. Get your pattern and watch the videos. Take it one step at a time. That way you don't get, you know, too overwhelmed. But you might be one to just fly through it, you know. But I'm the type that something new, sometimes I just, you know, like this, I wanted to take my time on it. So, and I made it with, this was a 4.5 hook. That's what I used. And so, yeah, so I'm going to link the pattern on Etsy. And I'm going to link all the videos. And I'm going to try to link them where they got like 3 or 4 parts. So, like I said, you could watch a section and go turn it off or whatever and go to what you're doing on your pattern and then come back to it, you know, when you start your new section. That's what I did. So, I think if I make another one, I want to make it, you know, like a barred rock, you know, with the black and the gray speckles and stuff like that. You know, I wanted to, or a red hen or something like that. So, but they've got all kind of, when you watch those videos, you'll see them sitting around and they knitted them, you know. And I think that's awesome. I didn't know you could make amigurumi with knitting and stuff till here lately, you know. So, yeah. So, all right, y'all. I hope y'all get a little inspiration by my chicken. And if you do, send me a picture of it and tell me about it. Tell me about your experience. I thank Miss Karen. Hey, Miss Karen. Me and her, we've been emailing each other back and forth about our progress. And she's made several pretty ones. And she's been a helpful person, too, to go to talk about it. And bellyache about it. I bellyached a lot to Mirren about it this weekend. But, yeah, so, what was I doing yesterday? Oh, I was making triangles. Because you make these 2 triangles, you know. That's the underbelly. And I thought, this count ain't coming out right, you know. And it was. It was written just a little different. And, you know, we discussed that and all. But, yeah. So, all right. Well, I reckon I'm going to get off here and go back to working on flowers and pot and dishcloths. And maybe I can drag me out some books here in a little while and find me another amigurumi that I want to make. So, but I just wanted to get on here and show you this. Well, you know, I just feel accomplished. So, yeah. And anyway, I hope y'all have a great day, and I hope your week starts out good and everything goes great this week for you. And we'll holler back at you the next one. I don't know if y'all could see, but last night before I went to bed, I always go outside and take the dogs out before we lay down. And I got out on the porch, and my face went like fire, like something was all over me. I've covered it up a little bit with makeup, but you can kind of tell I got some puffiness going on here, but my whole face is red. But I don't know what happened to me. So it's been like this all day long. I've been red splotch all over, and it's been heat. It's been hot. So I don't know what happened. That was random, wasn't it? I was fixing to get off of here. I done told you bye, but I had to tell you about that. But yeah, it's, you can see right there that it's puffy. But it's all splotchy. I put on my Merle Norman foundation for you before I got on here to try to cover it up. But I don't know what that's about. I take blood pressure medicine, and it's never done that to me before. In fact, I don't even think I took it yesterday. I'm bad about skipping. But I took it today. But it feels really tight and red. Splotchy. So I don't know. It ain't no fun after 50. Let me tell you, when you hit 50, them check engine lights, they just stay on. I mean, it's like a new pain every day. The other day, I was sitting in my chair. I know I'm going on and on. I do this all the time to y'all. I tell you I'm gonna leave, and then I stick around. I was about to shut that door, but I was sitting in my chair, and it felt like somebody was stabbing me up and down my leg, on my right leg, and then it went away. Just random pains. So I don't know, but this was no fun. I laid down, and then I laid there, and I thought, I can't, something ain't right, So I got up, come to the living room, and I had the TV on for a few minutes, stayed up for another hour, and then I went to bed and went off to sleep. But sometimes I can't go to bed and I can't go fall asleep. Now, Charlie, he can go to bed and he's out. Within 3 to 4 minutes, he's in a deep sleep. But me, I got to roll around like a rotisserie chicken. I mean, like a hot dog in a 7-Eleven. I'm just twisting and turning. And anyway, I don't like to do that. So I like to get up and try to make myself sleepy. I'll come in here and watch some First 48 or 48 Hours or a YouTube crocheter or somebody. I'll get myself sleepy, and then I'll go back and lay down. But anyway, I don't know. All right, well, I'm going to get off here now, and y'all have a good week again, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.